invite Ibu Dr. Insinyur Hajah Istirah Pujiwati MP to kindly accompany the process of the MOU signing. And next is a photo session. Kindly please show the document to the camera so that documentation can be taken. Okay, thank you very much. Next is next is a token of appreciation from University of Islam Malang to AKADASIA Singapore. Next is a token of appreciation from AKADASIA Singapore to University of Islam Malang. Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to invite Ibu Elin Gunadi to join the photo session. Ada MoA signing? Yeah, okay. Okay, camera please, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Bapak Ibu, our next agenda is the signing of MoA. The first, I would like to invite the Director of Postgraduate Program of Unisma Malang with AKADASIA Singapore. Professor Dr. M. Masud, MM, PhD. The signing of MoA first with Professor Masud Said, MM, PhD. Okay. Okay, next will be signed by Mr. Niels Bhatia. And photo session, please. Okay. Next, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science. Yes, first will be signed by the Dean of the Faculty of Administrative Sciences, Ibu Dr. Rini Rahayu Kurniati, MSc. And next will be signed by Mr. Niels Bhatia. Next, I would like to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Faculty of Engineering, thank you very much, Ibu Dekan. Faculty of Engineering, Bapak Insinyur Warsito, Haji Warsito, STMT. Yes, signed by the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering of Unisma Malang. And next, signed by Next, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. And then Faculty of Law after that. So, Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Dr. Hasan Busri, MPD. Okay, photo session. Nanti Mas. Okay, thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Law, and followed by Faculty of Medicine. Okay. And photo session together. Okay. Next, thank you very much. I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Medicine. And after that, the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. So Dr. Rahmat Riana MKes PhD, the Dean of Faculty of Medicine, University of Islam Malang. Okay. Next, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. And after that, Faculty of Animal Husbandry Program. Okay, and photo session, please. Thank you very much. Next, Faculty of Animal Husbandry Program. After that, followed by the Faculty of Islamic Education. Thank you very much. Faculty of Islamic Education, Dr. Saji Anwar Satullah, MPDI. Okay. And next it will be Faculty of Economic and Business. and Faculty of Agriculture. Oh, sorry, Economic and Business. Ibu Associate Professor Nurdiana SAMSI, the Dean of Faculty of Economic and Business, University of Islam Malang. And a photo session, please, with the Dean of Faculty of Economic and Business. Pak Rektor and camera. Okay, thank you very much. Next, last will be Faculty of Agriculture of University of Islam Malang, represented by Ibu Dr. Insinyur Hajah Isra Pujiwati MP. Bapak Ibu Dekan, mohon berkenan foto bersama di depan dengan memegang dokumen MoA. Setelah ini, mohon berkenan bisa menyiapkan diri. Thank you very much. Pak Neil, we would like to take a group photo session together with all the deans holding the MoA document. FK.
Permisi, Pak. Di sebelah sana kurang imbang. Puisi tidak masuk ini. Puisi jadi ibu puisi. Tidak terlihat ibu Andi.
Bapak Ibu mohon bisa menunjukkan dokumen MOU-nya. Oke. Adalah hari ini dilaksanakan penandatanganan MOU dan MoA dengan Dunia Industri Internasional antara Unisma Malang dan AKADASIA Singapura. One minute opening the mask. 1 second. Okay, thank you very much. Please give a round of applause. Tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk kita semuanya. Bapak Ibu, setelah ini nanti akan ada international webinar yang akan dipaparkan oleh Bapak Niels Batia. Mohon berkenan untuk kembali ke tempat karena akan dilaksanakan kegiatan international webinar with the keynote speaker from the Director and CEO of AKADASIA Singapore with the title Online Learning Communities for Global Educators and Learners. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, tadi sudah dilaksanakan penandatanganan perjanjian kerjasama dan MOU dengan dunia industri internasional AKADASIA Singapura. Perjanjian kerjasama dan MOU tersebut adalah di bidang education technology to upgrade the human resources and research cooperation and collaboration to enhance competencies of students, staff, and faculty members, as well as community service to increase communal digital life. And the important one is blockchain certification to validate the education assessment at Unisma Malang, and the last is global communities linkages among educators. Bapak Ibu, that's all the process of MOU signing and MOA signing. Now we will come to our next agenda, which is the implementation of MOU and MOA that we have signed. So we directly signed and followed it up with activity, which is international webinar today with our keynote speaker, Mr. Niels Bhatia, CEO and founder of AKADASIA Singapore. He will be presenting. He will present about online communities for global educators and learners. Joining with us, almost 300 participants joining via Zoom meeting across Indonesia, student, faculty members, and researchers. So that I would like to give Mr. Niels Bhatia for about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe maximum. And then maybe if we have time, we can continue with question and answer at the end. I would like to give time for about 30 minutes to Mr. Niels Bhatia to present his presentation.
Thank you very much once again to everybody here for welcoming me, and also we're very happy to have signed the MOU and the MOA. Thank you very much to everybody once again. I think when you start looking at international communities, it is nothing new if you really think about it, right? We all live in our own bubbles. We all live in our own little communities somewhere or the other. A couple of decades ago, one of the first big international communities was set up online, which I'm sure everybody has heard about, Facebook. I'm sure a lot of you are on Facebook, and a lot of you have met many new people on Facebook. And especially, it is a great way to connect with old friends from school who you have never met after graduating. So Facebook is basically an online community. Similarly, we have something called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another online community which helps connect professionals from all parts and all walks of life. In fact, I'm connected to Pak Imam, for example, on LinkedIn. And it's a great way to share ideas and learn from each other, and also build that network, which becomes so important. But why is it important for us to create those networks? I think if you really think about it, I mentioned earlier that the world is becoming a very small place. And as such, with more and more people getting access to internet and digital technology, there are many more opportunities for us to come together, to work together, to learn from each other using any digital platform. If you think, and if you look at your students, I'm sure most of the deans here have been teaching for many years. If you really think back to when you started your career as an educator to today, a lot of things have changed. The way we teach has changed. the tools that we use have changed. Before, we used to use a blackboard and a chalk. Then we started using computers and PowerPoint presentations. And now we're teaching online. So many things have changed in the education industry. However, the single biggest change that has happened is in the students themselves. When you started teaching those days, or at least when I was a student, I used to come to school to learn. I could not find that information anywhere else except inside of a classroom. I had to sit down, pay attention to what my teacher was saying, and do my homework diligently and pass all my exams in order to find a job and get a career. But these days, the younger generation is completely different. The younger generation is digitally savvy. The younger generation is born with a cell phone. They live with a cell phone. In the palm of their hands, they can find any information they want. They can go to YouTube, they can go to Google, they can go to Facebook, they can find any information. And this now has become a bit of a challenge for educators, because you have many students who will probably challenge you in classes and ask you point blank, why should I be here in your class? What is the value that you provide me as a teacher? Because these days students are not afraid to ask those questions, right? These days, in order for me to be successful in my career, I could pretty much learn many things on my own, or sometimes you find a lot of entrepreneurs who do not even have degrees, and they become businessmen and businesswomen successfully. So as such, the role of us as teachers has changed. Gone are the days where we could stand up in front of the class and just tell to the students whatever we thought is important. Those days are gone. Now, the teachers need to be more like facilitators, like guides, like friends, who can share information, but also learn together at the same time. We have to deal with students in a very, very different way. And a lot of the times in my class, and by the way, just in case you don't know, before I started AKADASIA, I spent about 10 years as the director of entrepreneurship at Singapore Polytechnic. So I was, my subject of specialty is entrepreneurship. And a lot of the times when I used to teach, I used to be very upfront with my students. If they ask me a question and if I don't know the answer, I will tell them I don't know. But let's find out together. We both will learn. And a lot of the times, my students will teach me things that I don't know. For example, TikTok. I'm too old for TikTok, but my students show me how TikTok works. So I am learning things from my students. And I think as facilitators and as teachers, we need to now broaden our own mindset, broaden our own horizon to have that mindset of lifelong learning. Lifelong learning, because learning never stops. Every opportunity could be a learning opportunity. And we should not be hesitant, we should not be scared, or we should not be ashamed to say that it's okay, I don't know, we will learn together. And because of this whole new way of learning and teaching, it becomes important for us to work together as a community of educators. Just like on Facebook, just like on LinkedIn, you have people sharing ideas and learning from each other. I felt that it is very important for us as educators to have our own online community where we as educators, we as teachers or as docent can share ideas, can learn from each other, can support each other, and can collaborate. There are three ways of learning. I think as educators, and especially the Faculty of Education and Training, you should be knowing this. There are three specific ways to learn. The first way to learn is by yourself. You can read a book, you can watch a video, you can learn by yourself. The second way to learn is by doing. You can't learn to become a driver by just reading a book. You have to learn to drive. You actually have to physically drive and practice. So you learn by doing. And the third way to learn is through each other. So on our platform, on the AKADASIA platform, these are the things that we basically are trying to do and help you with. So on the AKADASIA platform, you will find that you can learn yourself as a teacher first. Now, a lot of teachers might tell me, why do I need to learn? I have been teaching for 25 years. I've been teaching for 35 years. And in fact, I met a lecturer the other day who has been teaching for 42 years. The question is, oh, I've got so much experience, why should I learn? So then again, my response to that is that if you stop learning as a teacher, then you are doing disservice to your students. Because as I mentioned before, the students now are different from the time you started teaching 42 years ago, 45 years ago. Those days are gone. This is a new generation. You need to learn new things so that you can deal with the new generation in a new way. They should want to come to your class. They should want to learn. They should want to do this independently because they enjoy the way you share knowledge with them. And keep in mind, I didn't say teach. I said they enjoy the way you share knowledge with them. So it's important for us to learn individually. The second, on the platform, we also encourage teachers to learn by doing. So we have several tools integrated directly into the platform, which allow teachers to learn by doing. There are many applications so you can see how to build your own courses, which are fun and engaging for your students. And again, keep in mind, I use the word fun. Why fun? Because unfortunately, whether you like it or whether you don't, the younger generation today needs edutainment. It's not, education is yes, but it's edutainment. Because the attention span is so short for the younger generation. The attention span is so short that if within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if you haven't gotten their attention, they're already thinking of something else, right? So you have to not just educate, but you also need to entertain. So it is edutainment. So how do you create a lesson that is fun, but at the same time is full of knowledge? There is a skill to it. There is a way to do it. And we can show the teachers how to do that by actually allowing them to use the platform and learn by doing. Learn by doing. And the third thing is, I said, like learning from each other. Learning from each other. That's where the community comes into play. So we have something called CollabEd, which is perhaps the largest online community of teachers in Asia at the moment. We have more than 160,000 teachers from 35 different countries, all there, just like you, to learn and to teach and to share. So imagine now if I'm in a classroom and if I have a new way to teach business. Gone are the days where I keep that as my trade secret. That doesn't work anymore. Because, like I said, information is freely available on the internet. And these days, students are bringing cell phones into the classroom. Some student can record me in the classroom and upload my video on YouTube, and my secret is out of the bag. So there is no way for me to hide my secret. So instead of hiding my secret, I should share. So if I have a new way of teaching business, I can share that with other teachers, and maybe I can learn something else new in the process as well. So that's why the international community of teachers becomes very, very important, because not only can you learn from others, but you can share your techniques with others as well. You can support each other. You can do joint research programs. I know a lot of professors, a lot of lecturers like to do research projects. And it is very difficult to find research partners who share the same common focus. And all of that can be facilitated through the platform where you can find international research partners. You can also do student exchange programs. Can you imagine doing, say, a course in, say, business? Again, I go back to business because that's my subject. But say, for example, if we are doing entrepreneurship, can we do joint programs with students from Singapore and Indonesia? Can they come together, work together online without having to travel? The advantage of this is you save time, you save money, and you still build a much, much larger network. In fact, I can tell you from a personal experience, I have met more people in the last 2 years on Zoom than I have met in the last 5 years when I was working at Singapore Poly. It's a fact of life, because now on Zoom, you can basically meet anybody. You can meet people from all around the world. And my team here will tell you, I start my days at almost 4 in the morning, because my first meeting is with my American team, which Singapore time is 4 in the morning, and they go all the way until 10 p.m., 11 p.m. sometimes, because we are working in different time zones. And it is so exciting for me because, like I said, even though last 2 years we have not traveled, my community has become bigger and bigger and bigger. I did not know Pak Imam before 2 years. We met online, and we invited him to join our webinar. You know, and over the last 2 years, we've been hosting a webinar every Wednesday without fail. Every Wednesday, we have a webinar for educators. And I would like to invite all of you to join us as well on those webinars, because you will learn a lot of new things. And this community of global education and global learners also will help all of us become lifelong learners. Because as I said earlier, if we as teachers do not have the mindset to learn even at this age, then we should not have the right to tell our students that they should be learning all their lives. The future of work is very different from today. There are a lot of industries that are going to go, that are just basically going to disappear. And our students are going to find it even more difficult to find jobs. And because of that, they will have to have the mindset of lifelong learning, because technology is changing so fast that they will have to continuously adopt and learn new things in order to stay relevant and stay important. And that's why we as teachers need to have that mindset first. And it is in this kind of an environment where I'm welcoming you, all of you, to join the AKADASIA community, global community of educators, where all of you can learn from each other and all of you can grow together as lecturers, as professionals, and as students. I think it's important for us to see ourselves as students as well. I am always learning. I am learning new things almost every single day myself, right? So that's why it becomes very important for us to consider communities as a way to learn. And in fact, you will also figure out, once you start learning from each other, you will also get ideas to bring that same knowledge to your students, so your students can start learning from each other too, not just from you, not just from YouTube, but also through each other. With that, I will conclude my session here, but I hope that this has been insightful, even though it is short. And I hope that based on the partnership we have with Unisma, we can continue to grow, support each other, and as I mentioned earlier, that we are honored and humbled to have the opportunity to be the backbone for Unisma and its success. Because in your success lies ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's a very important message given by the CEO and founder of AKADASIA Singapore, highlighting the importance of learning, and not only education but edutainment, because sharing and fun learning together. And AKADASIA Singapore has been developing online learning platform for global educators that connect all educators around the world. And through this forum, we can learn each other, we can share each other, and of course, we can collaborate each other. Research collaboration is possible, learning also possible, and that's the benefit of working together through collaboration. Jadi tadi Pak CEO dan founder dari AKADASIA, Pak Niels Bhatia, menyampaikan pentingnya edutainment, hiburan pendidikan dalam tanda kutip, sehingga pendidikan tidak lagi pendidikan yang formal, tetapi bagaimana para pendidik, guru, dosen menciptakan pembelajaran yang menyenangkan. Dan saat ini bisa jadi para mahasiswa kita jauh lebih advance, canggih teknologinya, dan untuk itulah AKADASIA Singapura punya cita-cita yang tinggi untuk menghubungkan para dosen, para guru yang ada, sehingga kesempatan untuk bekerja sama, kesempatan untuk belajar, kesempatan untuk bersinergi lebih luas melalui platform online learning communities yang dibangun. Apakah ada pertanyaan mungkin dari Bapak Ibu yang hadir atau mahasiswa yang hadir dari Zoom meeting platform? There is a question, Pak Niels, from our YouTube. What is the benefit of learning communities that conducted among students and among faculty members? What are the challenges? And what is the main program from AKADASIA Singapore to bridge the what we call potential collaboration among global educators, Unisma faculty members, Singapore faculty members, or Philippine faculty members is it really possible to do the collaboration via online? So maybe
Sure.
short information about
Yeah.
that one will be useful. Thank you.
No, thanks for that question. So first of all, I think why is it important to collaborate? Okay. If you want to be successful in today's time and age, globally successful, it is important for all of us to have an international mindset. How do you cultivate that international mindset? The only way to cultivate that international mindset is by working and learning from people from all around the world. That is so true for everybody, not just us as teachers, but also for our students, because the economies of the world are all interconnected. Okay, Indonesia does business with Singapore, Australia, United States, Germany, all over the world. People travel from all over the world, and we all need to have an appreciation of each other's cultures, lives, food, so on and so forth. How do you get that appreciation? How do you learn about all of that if you don't collaborate with people from all over the world? So that's why it's important for us to collaborate as teachers. In previous days, the only way to collaborate or find collaboration partners was to travel and join conferences. And in the conferences, you would have networking options. But I think that last 2 years have shown that we don't need to travel. We can still learn from each other. We can still work together. And there are ways and means to actually do that very, very effectively. And I'll give you a great personal example. AKADASIA has teams in 6 countries. Okay, our Chief Academics Officer and Chief Information Officer are based in North America. Our headquarters is in Singapore. We have an entire team in Philippines. We have an entire team here in Indonesia, in Vietnam, and in India. We are working collaboratively as a one team, one AKADASIA, servicing customers from 35 different countries. Can you imagine doing this 3 to 4 years ago? Very difficult. It's very difficult. 3 to 4 years ago, I would have had to make sure that every country has a physical office space. But now, we're all working remote. All I need is a laptop. I can work from anywhere. Okay, so collaboration is possible online. And our platform, we actually are able to facilitate those collaborations quite easily. We do have cases of teachers already collaborating with each other. And we are still a community of 160,000 teachers young. Okay, we still have a long way to go. So the more teachers we have, the more the possibilities of collaborating at different levels. And just so that you know, the teachers come from kindergarten all the way up to corporate learning. So any kind of teacher we can support. Okay, we even have corporate coaches and trainers on the platform, university lecturers, professors, doctors, PhDs, everybody's on the platform. So there are ways to collaborate. So what is the main offering on the platform? There are 4 things that we specifically offer. One is something called Collab Ed, every single certificate. That is the huge advantage. So those are some of the key services that we offer.
So thank you very much. Very comprehensive answer, mentioning about the possible platform that has been designed by AKADASIA Singapore, collaboration platform, which provide the opportunity to collaborate among students with the faculty members, and skill platform, which is to upgrade for professional development courses. And they will also get the certification from the United Kingdom. And also the last one is design, which has the capacity to design. And the last, which is very crucial, is blockchain educational certification. And blockchain educational certification is now used by top university around the world. And it is a very important opportunity for Unisma to get the opportunity for blockchain education assessment certification for University of Islam Malang student. Jadi tadi Pak Niels Batia menyampaikan ada beberapa platform yang saat ini sedang dikembangkan oleh AKADASIA Singapura yang sudah berjalan. Dalam hal ini adalah menjembatani pentingnya kolaborasi internasional, baik antara mahasiswa dengan mahasiswa, antara dosen dengan lintas dosen di dunia, dan juga professional capacity development, dan yang terakhir adalah assessment, evaluasi pembelajaran yang nantinya bersertifikat internasional. Dan Pak Niels tadi menyampaikan adanya program blockchain certification yang dikembangkan oleh perguruan tinggi top dunia yang di Indonesia masih bisa jadi belum lazim digunakan karena masih beberapa perguruan tinggi dunia semisal Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Oxford, perguruan tinggi tersebut yang menggunakan sistem blockchain untuk penerbitan sertifikat hasil pembelajaran maupun sertifikat kompetensi. Harapannya adalah dengan hadirnya AKADASIA ini, dan yang dituju adalah salah satunya yang terawal adalah Universitas Islam Malang, Unisma Malang bisa sejajar dengan perguruan tinggi top dunia tersebut dalam rangka untuk peningkatan sertifikasi dan jaminan kompetensi melalui blockchain educational assessment of certification. It's a very important information Pak Nil, sangat penting sekali tadi informasi dan sangat strategis sekali apabila nanti MoU yang sudah kita lakukan bisa diarahkan untuk peningkatan jejaring kerjasama sivitas akademika khususnya para dosen, sehingga nanti para dosen bisa langsung berinteraksi dengan dosen-dosen dari lintas negara melalui platform yang sudah dibentuk oleh AKADASIA Singapura, dan juga dalam hal pengembangan media atau mata kuliah yang nanti menggunakan sistem blockchain international certification. Because the time is limited and it is time for us to pray asar, and it's very important actually, and I hope there will be a continuous meeting and follow-up meeting after this. And again, thank you so very much, Mr. Niels Batia, CEO and founder of AKADASIA Singapore, for a very important keynote presentation that you have delivered to us, and for all of us who are attending in our Zoom meeting platform, and also via offline through in our room, Rektorat Building, Umar bin Khattab Building, University of Islam Malang. Bapak Ibu, demikianlah tadi paparan yang sudah disampaikan oleh CEO dan founder AKADASIA Singapura terkait dengan peluang komunitas profesional online global yang nantinya akan kita lakukan secara bersama-sama dalam rangka menuju rekognisi internasional world class university. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Let's close our international webinar and meeting this afternoon by the recitation of Surat Al-Asr together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusrin illa alladhina amanu wa amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Thank you very much for all attendees who are joining via Zoom meeting platform of Unisma Malang and YouTube Unisma Malang official. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you and a very good afternoon to all of us.
Selamat datang di Universitas Islam Malang, kampus unggul berkarakter Islami Ahlus Sunnah wal Jamaah dan telah mengimplementasikan Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka dengan muatan distingsi di setiap program studi. Berbagai pilihan program studi telah didukung oleh fasilitas lengkap, laboratorium modern, dan SDM yang berkualitas. Penguatan karakter serta jalinan kerjasama nasional dan internasional mengantarkan mahasiswa Unisma meraih berbagai prestasi.
Ketika saya masuk kampus Unisma, saya merasakan pendidikan tinggi Islam yang maju dan modern di sini.
Mari bergabung bersama Unisma Malang, kampus unggul berdaya saing menuju World Class University. Unisma
dari NU untuk Indonesia dan peradaban dunia.